I prefer the coffee.
What up, though? It's your boy Coffee back with another one, and right here is Joe Budden debating against his fans if his behavior against Melissa Ford is inappropriate. Like, some fans is up here like, yo, man, you been going at her crazy. And he been like, yo, that's my sister. We family. This is how I pod. This is what I do. But, y'all guys give me y'all thoughts. Flip has been back since his suspension. Things kind of been off and odd. But, comment, like, subscribe. Enjoy.
I see what's going on. I do not duck the smoke. So please hit the request. Uh, if you are on the ENNM side of things, so we can hear you out. Invite my man Mike up here to see how he's doing. Help me kind of moderate some of this. If he's able to. Hey, Micah. Good morning, man. Good morning.
Good morning, man. What's
No,
going
good
on?
morning, my brother. You doing all right?
Yeah, perfectly fine.
Good, good. Same, same. Couldn't be better. Glad you asked.
Oh man, yeah, you caused a big stir. Supposedly some people are not
I
appreciative
know,
of the way you've spoken to
I
people.
know, and I would love. I want to give those people a voice and a platform. So if they would just hit the request, uh, we can get right to the proceedings this morning. Hopefully, everyone had their coffee. Is my phone bugging? Hey, Mike, how many people you see in anonymous listeners?
387 other listeners. I think they changed anonymous to other.
Yeah, they did do that. Okay, got it. Yeah, that looked a little weird for a second. All right, now nobody's hitting the request, and I don't know the people's names. All right, we do have a few requests. Hold on, let's see here.
I add that space into the community since they were talking so heavy in here.
Yeah, man, why not? Oh, hold up, so you would know better than me. So let me invite you to co-host. I'm gonna bring Nick. I always want to hear from you, but I do want to hear from the women first. Nick always has a good gripe that we want to hear out. Oh, we got another one. Here we go. We got another one. Ladies, again, feel free to hit the request. Hopefully, everyone has had their morning coffee or their breakfast or a little muffin, some Starbucks. hmm It's mighty quiet on the stage. It is quiet up here.
Good
It,
morning.
There we
it's
go.
just Big
Good
Me. Oh, hey,
morning.
Butter.
Good.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
I am well. I just got back from my workout.
Oh, okay. Okay. Love to
hmm
hear it. Love to hear it. Do you know what we are fighting about today?
No, no, I mean, it's always something, but I want to hear because I seen some questions. So if you could clarify just
Same.
really quick,
Okay. I can't clarify right this
uh,
second. Um,
Micah,
Yes, Butter.
can you clarify, please?
Micah, put your fucking horny voice on. This nigga is, yo, Micah is crazy. Yes, butter.
Y'all always messing with Micah.
Holy shit.
Thank you, thank you. Yes. Um, no, did you watch the pod yesterday or today, this morning?
Yesterday, meaning Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't know if you had a Patreon or did you? You watched the
Yeah,
YouTube
I
drops?
listened to. I didn't finish all of it, but I got through the majority of it.
There was some conversation about the way Joe spoke
Oh yeah,
about
Mike,
Mel,
I
spoke
don't
to
want
Mel.
you to say, I want to hear from the people that feel this way. I feel like that's kind of leading the jury.
It is. It is.
That is correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, no, no. We want to hear. All right, so maybe it's no women. I'll bring up some of the guys then.
Joe,
Yes.
good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, listen, guys. So I'm drinking coffee and I am like actually watching the pod right now, right? So I've made it to maybe uh, an hour and a half. And Joseph, oh my God. So typically, oh, first of all, my name is Star. I've been on the stage before. You guys may not remember me, but typically I'm not on the side of, and for those that have not made it, we're talking about the way that Joe was kind of talking to Mel. uh Joe, it just seems like you was having an off morning, which I don't typically jump on this side of it, like, oh, Joe is being quote unquote mean to Mel or whatever, or dogpiling on Mel. But it just seems like you was a little off. Like, it's been kind of hard to watch thus
I
far.
want the
And I
record to
really just been
show.
sitting here with my mouth
I
open.
want the record to show that I was not off, angry, or moody.
Okay, not off, not moody, not angry.
I was in a
How about
delightful mood,
okay,
so I am able to have this discourse. Which
okay.
parts are you talking about that I was so mean?
Well, I'm not gonna hold you. Like I said, I'm only like an hour and a half in. To me, it's not even like mean or moody. To me, to start, it's more so annoyed. Like, when you get fed up with something, that's the way that it's coming across on screen. Like slightly annoyed. Like it's like telling your child or somebody to, you have to keep telling them the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and now it's dragging it. So now I'm annoyed. That's how I'm taking it.
I also want to say that I wasn't annoyed. So if I'm
Okay.
coming off annoyed, then I need to look at that. But I wasn't annoyed.
Are you speaking to when he was saying that it was like an hour in and Mel hadn't really said anything? Because he calls that out regardless if it's Mel, I feel like, or anybody. So I don't know. I don't also take that as Joe is being mean, or I don't know. I think some people too sensitive, but that's just my opinion. But I don't know. I see it sometimes, but yesterday, if you're like an hour in, she wasn't really even saying much an hour in.
No, she was not. That's why I'm saying I 1000% agree with what Joe is saying. I'm trying to get to the part that everybody was discussing yesterday, because all I see is like lady like talk. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm not understanding why everybody was on Joe ass yesterday.
Yeah, because if you were only an hour in, it's not really a fair critique to even give like a real opinion on it. Like if you listen to the full episode, I could understand certain grievances, but like an hour in, like we ain't even got to the good stuff yet, like
I
at all.
also want to
Right. And
say that my "that's not your bed" rant was not directed at Mel. I wasn't talking to Mel. I want the people that had the grievance to come up here and just tell me the part.
Yeah, bring them up because I want to know too. I thought it was a phenomenal episode. I'm still listening to it again. Like I thought it was perfect. Like it was typical Joe, like giving that energy of like those, bad takes that people are like, huh, what? Like, oh my God, he's such a narcissist. Oh my God. Like, yeah, like what you was saying, it was like toxic and crazy, but it was like funny and entertaining. Like I laughed the whole freaking episode. Like I didn't take anything personal to that magnitude. So when I saw all the comments, I was like, dang, I was like, like, why y'all always do this? I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
agreed. And I just want to reiterate, like I said when I first came up here, I have not watched the whole episode and I'm trying to figure out what everybody was discussing yesterday. So,
Then I saw some people say that my rant was like a Mel sub. Like I saw a lot of chitter chatter in the community, and I just want somebody to come up here and give it a go.
Yeah, let's hear it. Q's up
Come
here.
on,
Let's see
there's
what Q
mad
has to
people up
say.
here. Come on, let's hear it. New people to the stage. Say something. What's popping?
I got it. Good morning.
My man.
How's
Good
everyone
morning. Good
doing in the
morning.
community? Joe, King Gaslight is here. We understand you're in that mood today. You know,
No, 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 no. I'm ready to be open minded and take accountability.
Joe, I don't believe you.
I,
This,
I
this,
am.
this is this is what you desire. You love this. You come here with the calm voice, relaxed, feeling at zen, but you're ready for the bullshit.
I'm ready for discourse. I'm
Okay.
ready to learn.
Okay, so let's go there. What were you feeling yesterday, Joe? What was your mind state? What was your energy, or the day you guys recorded the pod? That it came off to a large percentage of the viewers as if Joe's in a bad mood. Joe's picking that male. Joe's doing too much. It
Well,
was cringe to watch, Joe. I turned it off. I said I can't watch my guy like
well,
this,
I
man.
do
Oh
want
my
to
God.
say you guys have said that about me for now 2 podcasts in a row, and I've been having an amazing summer. I haven't been grumpy. I ain't had an attitude. Actually, everybody was in great spirits last pod. So I'm not certain why it came off like that. I watched
Let
it
me ask.
back. I didn't get what y'all got.
It's the
Are
Me neither.
bullying for me.
are
A lot
you
of
are
bullying.
you are you fed up with males dancing and what seems to be protecting relationships, not wanting to offend a women demographic, specifically a black woman demographic? Are you at the point where you're fed up with that, or to where it's noticeable, you don't like it, and you're trying to attempt to drag her past that to where it seems like she doesn't want to go there?
I'm not fed up with anything from Mel, if that's the question. Um,
You're good. You're good.
yeah, no, I'm not fed up with anything with Mel.
I think
Mel
Bang is
has
the
a unique
punching
way
bag
of
of the pod.
potting, but no, nobody's fed up with Mel.
Can we just say, before I let T Rankin go, can we just say, like, when Joe is in a great mood, like, he is going to always roast, and sometimes his jokes may seem like they're harsh, but it's like typical to me, like, where it wasn't nothing different. Like, when he is in a good mood, he is going to roast, 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 roast. He did that to everybody on the cast yesterday, so I don't know why it's being
Because it
pointed out
doesn't it
directly to
doesn't come
Mel,
off like
but
roasting. It comes off like catty. It comes off like petty. It comes off as if a
Which
person is
part?
agitated.
Which part?
I don't know.
I'm speaking specifically to the part where we're 55 or 50 something minutes into the pod and you haven't spoke. Ice kind of chimed in. Ice didn't really want to chime in, but it comes off on the screen as awkward, man. And it's happened
Wait.
before.
I object to that.
You're
Me
good.
I
too.
You
object to
sound
that.
good.
Wait, Joe, hang on. Object as a whole, because I'm gonna piggyback off some of his points. So
All right.
can I go,
Go.
or do
Let
you
No, no.
want
let
Yeah,
me
T
to
no.
just
Rankin
Let
say
T
it?
go.
Rankin go.
I can't see. I can't do the gaslight. I will lose it, Joe.
Okay.
I can't
I
do the
don't want to
gaslight.
gaslight you. Let T Rankin
All
go.
right.
Let her go.
Okay. Joe, you know my steez when it comes to this podcast, So it's not like, you don't know. And you and I sort of had this kind of conversation before, so it's not the first time. So I just want to say yesterday's episode was very difficult for me to watch. I think because I'm a melody, but also because I've been fucking with Joe Budden for the longest. And every time you put in one of these performances, it makes me slightly anxious on your behalf. That's just the way it goes, right? Now, the issue with the podcast started, the episode rather started, I think, when you guys started discussing that auntie segment. It's a very disgusting segment, right? And I think the approach Mel chose was not one that you appreciated, but you've been doing this consistently now where maybe a co-host approaches a topic in a way that you wouldn't approach it. Instead of letting them land, you cut them off and like you're producing live on air to our hearing. It's really awkward, and it can sort of it can knock them off their perch a little bit, make them nervous. And I think this is particularly applicable to Melissa, somebody you can see that's processing what they're saying as they're saying it. So it started off on that note, right? Then I told his very funny story, which I'm sure people will talk about at length on Saturday. And I think for me, it really reached the nadir, which is like the lowest point, when she gave you the example of her fiance, and the way you addressed that was so dismissive, was so reductive, was so, and I'm thinking, okay, he's performing, this is a performance. And I'm thinking, okay, if this was a film and I was watching a couple of characters act this out, what would my review of this film be? Forget that this is Joe Budden, think of them as characters. And I thought the guy was a real dickhead, like a real, like, you guys keep saying this is our sister, this is our sister. I have a sister, my best friend is a man. If he spoke to me like that, he and I wouldn't fuck with each other again. Like there comes a point where it stops being funny and it starts being awkward to observe. And I think the awkwardness started with that segment, right? And then in your response to her was like, "Oh, bitch, will you just leave? Oh, bitch." And you said, "Oh, okay, maybe I'm not speaking to you," but it was in direct response to what she said. Like the reduction was so much. She had to finally, she said, "Oh, whatever she said, Mel's comebacks are whack." So whatever she said, but you started sort of winding from my observations, you started winding her up there. And I think for me, the absolute lowest point of the podcast came when you said, "Chicken got it done." Joe, I swear to you, I was working, and when I heard that phrase, like my heart skipped. Like it was such a mean thing to say. And it was so mean that Flip got up and did a 360 round your center table.
T,
And he had to ask her, like, "Yo, you're gonna have that?" And she said again, her whack comeback, "Oh, chicken did not fucking get it done," or whatever she said. And I'm thinking, this is you playing a character, okay? This is you trying to make your podcast entertaining, but it was really awkward, really, really, really awkward to observe, and it made me feel really bad because you were kind of nasty to her. I have to just keep it real with you. You were nasty to her, and it's not a thing of where, oh, everyone's saying, "Oh, your fans are so sensitive, people are so sensitive." Nobody on this stage can say they love Joe Budden more than his mom. After his mom, no one can say they fuck with him more than I do, right? So if I'm saying these things, it's not out of like, "Oh, I want to see Joe suffer. I want to see people pile in on Joe. Or I want to see Joe stumble." It's because I'm watching this thing, somebody that I really fuck with, and I'm seeing him doing these things that I don't want the wider public to pick up on and start piling on him for. That was not a good performance yesterday. Let me just mute my mic there.
Beautiful, T Rankin, beautiful.
I could not disagree more. And
Here
that's
we go.
that's actually what part of my objection. So let's go through it a little bit. T Rankin, where she at? Don't leave. Where you go?
I'm here. I'm right here. I'm
T
here.
Rankin, the auntie segment, right? The auntie segment. Was that me? I don't even think that was me that said anything.
It was
Ice
ice.
tossed
It was
it to
ice.
Mel, to
Yes.
which Mel said, why are you tossing it to me? Is it because I have a vagina? To which Ice
Yes.
said, no, I'm tossing it to you because you were silent on the last topic. So I figured we'd let you lead with this one. And then I came in and said the exact same thing. And then to get into your character point, I think that in that story you just told, I think that I'm in character. I think that Flip was in character. I think there was only one person that was not in character, which was Mel. So yeah, no. If I or somebody else has to step it up a notch because somebody else is not in character or is not sticking to the script or is not sticking to the game plan. Like this topic is not for, we know what everybody would do in real life. Nobody, who cares? Yeah, everybody here is a mature adult who would not entertain this behavior that we're talking about with game. and Shorty. Who gives a fuck about that? This is a fun, light-hearted topic. So yes, if I have to interrupt or guide or produce in real time, I'll try to. Sorry that that comes off as awkward, but I don't think that in the moment is when anybody should be processing what they have to say about a topic. I think it's unprofessional. I think it's irresponsible. Uh, I think mad shit. So cool. Joe will take the hit for how it comes off because I'm going to always take the hit. I'll stand in it too. But
Is Mel okay, Joe?
What can we
Mel's
finish?
great.
Is Mel going through some things in her life where she
Can we
might be a
please
little
finish?
catty, snippy, or what have you, agitated?
Oh my god.
Is everything okay on that level?
Mel
We don't have
is
to go into
Mel is great.
detail.
Mel is great.
Okay.
But
Joe,
DML,
can
ask
you
her.
You
please
too
finish
good for
yeah,
this?
me.
Can you
T
please
Rankin.
finish what you were saying?
I
Thank
was
you.
I was toward the end. I finished with I'm gonna always take the hit for how it comes off, especially when we get off script and have to kind of reel things in. But shit, after a while, I even shut up during that auntie shit when it went toward the more serious direction. It's like, all right, cool. Then the next time I think, oh, was the chicken shit was hilarious. The chicken
It
No,
was
no, it
not.
it,
wasn't. No, it
Joe, it
wasn't.
was not. I
No,
swear
it
to you,
wasn't.
Joe, it was not hilarious. It
It
was
was
not.
cringe, bro.
It was not. You shouldn't have said that. It was not.
Put me
And
down. I'm
you
not
know, you know
emotionally
what
oh,
makes it
mature
even
enough to
stop
worse?
deal
it.
with
Joe,
this.
You're
Joe, you know
laughing
Stop
at
what,
the
it.
Put
Joe,
me
jokes by
down,
Stop
please.
yourself.
it.
Joe, wait,
One
you
at
know
a
what
time,
makes it
guys.
worse?
One at a
Joe,
time.
do you know what makes it
Give
worse?
it to
Is
me.
that the way that whole chicken thing, the way we got to know is that Flip was doing some reconnaissance on Mel's private life. Then he came to the pod to announce it. Now remember, this might be production behind the scenes, but we don't know that. So this is the way it seemed to us. Flip just came and announced like, yo, you've been talking to a nigga in Florida. And then it says, yeah, I heard some chicken was cooked. And then she reluctantly gave us some details on what happened, right? You have made reference to this chicken situation another time when the pod was closing, and that was fun. That was fun. That was sexy. That was fun. That was cute. But you see, this time you now use it against her when she didn't agree with you. And it seemed like you were justifying her reluctance to open up because, to be fair, her love life has formed a large portion of the show for like maybe like 2 weeks now, where you guys are chastising her. One minute she's too open and naive and foolish. The next minute she's not open enough and it's because she's jaded. You know, you guys have made a topic of it, and then you just threw in casually, chicken will get it done because she did not agree with what was a preposterous proposition by yourself, and she didn't agree, and it just seems so callous. And I love that she tried to push back, even though she wasn't successful because she doesn't have lyrics. But I love that she tried to push back. That was cold. That was cold, Joe. I'm sorry, it was very cold.
I disagree.
No
I
lyrics is
totally,
great.
totally, totally, totally disagree. If my memory serves right, that chicken comment came up off of the rent conversation, right?
Oh,
It did,
Yes,
yes,
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so I just look at this very differently from y'all. What T. Rankin is calling preposterous was again supposed to be a very fun, light-hearted, comedic segment. So when you say, hey, if somebody called and yada 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 with the rent, right? Now is not the time for you to be you. You are supposed to be in character, even if that means just running the play. Now we don't have time to explain to you, hey, you trust the guy. Hey, you have rapport with the guy. Hey, dog, it's a quick, fun, fucking story. So now we're stopping the ball because you want to put you in real life in this bullshit, stupid equation. Yeah, stop. And then you want to, no, 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 no. Sorry. Whatever comes to that, comes to that. But don't pick and choose when to be in character and when not to be. Because if you're not going to be in character, I'm going to be the one to say, hey, chicken was a good gesture for you. So don't
Oh
tell me
my
that this
god.
wasn't a good gesture. Sorry.
Oh my God. Chicken was
I,
a date, Joseph. Chicken was a date. She was on a date. And that whole thing, she didn't volunteer that info. It was those two niggas doing reconnaissance that came with that
T
information.
Rankin, that part
You
you
have to
have to stop
explain.
doing. Anything that Mel don't want shared on the pod is not shared on the pod. So if they are
Okay, fine.
discuss,
All right.
so
Thank
if
you.
Exactly.
they
I
Thank
are
I
you.
Exactly.
stand. I
discussing,
Thank
stand.
you. Thank
if
you.
I
they're
Yeah.
stand
if
corrected.
they
Thank
are
you.
discussing her fucking personal date experience, trust me, they have spoken about is it okay to speak about
All right.
this
All right. All right.
Exactly.
experience.
Now, can I?
I
Can I?
stand. I stand corrected.
I don't mean to jump in, but can I just say that? And that's the part about the Mel thing that's really starting to get under my skin. Mel is not some hopeless child on a podcast. Like, we gotta stop.
Thank
There's
you.
one thing for us to defend Mel when they get in their misogyny bag and they start doing too much. But this whole chicken joke was funny. She said it on the pod. Like, what are we talking about? I get it. Now, the other stuff I agree with. Like the other part about them, Joe cutting them off during the auntie thing, I think that was a little much. But that chicken joke, she was shocked because it was brought up, but it was funny. She said it on the pod, and they were not giving her the third degree about that man. She was happy. She started singing the fucking song. What was the song that Joe played? She started singing the lyrics to the song, saying, almost insinuating that the dude put it down in the bed.
Another
She
time. We're
was
talking
playing
about
into
another
it.
time, not the time we're
No, but no,
discussing.
but listen, but hold on, T. Rakin, because what you're trying to do is to try to convolute the situation and make it seem as if Joe is bringing up some external information, trying to throw it in her face. I don't see it like that at all. I think first off, they have familial relationship. Like, I don't know if any of y'all have brothers or cousins or people like that you're in relationship with. Sometimes those jokes are like, oh, I know you didn't just say that and bring up something like that. I think what all y'all think, this is what I feel. Where some of these scenarios, I think y'all think that Joe and Mel don't like each other, don't have no type of conversation. They don't know each other off the pod. And so when we get on the pod and he throws these little jabs, it's from a position of they're just coworkers. I believe they
Exactly.
have relationship. So if they have relationship and you've never been in a relationship with a guy that's like not sexual, it's platonic, almost like a brother or a cousin or just something like that, they're going to throw those little jabs at you to poke at you a little bit. Sometimes it goes too far because, again, we are the audience and it seems away. But y'all, I know y'all not about to wild out over that chicken. That chicken joke was funny because she mentioned the man cooking her jerk chicken on a first date. And it seemed as if that was something that would have gotten the job done in terms of her being with it or dealing with the guy. It was lighthearted. I'm trying to understand
It was
what
not.
are we talking
It
about
was
here?
not. It was
It
not.
It
was.
He said
certainly
it.
I
was
know
He
meant
I,
to.
said it in
It was
response.
meant to be
it was.
lighthearted, but it was like
Like, what
the
are we
whole
talking about? It
segment was
Joe, he
was. I'm
said
lighthearted.
it.
sorry. It was. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Can I
Now
ask
we
a
could do it
question?
on something else, not that, because that now y'all just pulling at grasping at